welcome back to my channel. My name is Devaney, and this is the last video in this house before the big move. It's crazy. This whole moving process is like wild, not for the faint of heart. Don't recommend. Like, I've never done this before. This is my first time moving in my adult life. Like, when we first moved here, I was, I think, 6, and now I almost have a 6-year-old. So it's been a while. And so obviously we have a lot of stuff here, but it's gonna be a big change. We're obviously leaving our house, gonna miss my neighbors. And yeah, it's gonna be really different, like different school, different everything, different city, really. So yeah, it's crazy. And we're almost at the finish line, and I feel like there's still 100,000 things left to do and not enough time. But that's life. Yeah, we basically started this whole process of everything in, I don't know, February, March, and it's almost June. Like, it'll be June in a couple days. So it's a lot more work than I thought it would be. And also, we're moving in a lockdown. So in Ontario, we have essentially forever been in lockdown. Like, we've had probably 6 weeks of non-lockdown, and then aside from that, here we are. So it has been trying. Like, if I need to buy, moving supplies, we needed packing tape. Have to order it online, curbside pickup. It takes, give or take, 3 days, depending on what store. So everything we've been doing, it's been delayed. You have to plan ahead. That's a lot of what we've had to do. Plan ahead, think like, what am I gonna need? When's my next day off that we can do it? Let's order it today so we can pick it up in time and do it. And then even little things that you don't think about, like we had a lot of like old cans to get rid of. We needed a can opener. It's like, where can I get that efficiently? Because Amazon also is backed up right now. So it's been great moving in a lockdown. And I mean, if you're in Ontario, you know how fun this lockdown has been. And I mean, lockdown was supposed to end June 2nd or 4th, who knows? It's been moved to mid-June now. So all the things I was hoping to do once things opened up, are not now. Actually, no, lockdown was supposed to end like May 27th. So just kidding, here we are. So whatever I had planned to do before, obviously won't get done till after, but in the meantime, I did plan ahead a little bit. So I was able to get some stuff done before we went into this last version of lockdown. But it's so exciting. I'm actually, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of nervous about it. I hope it goes really well. I have everything planned out. I've been planning. I'm the planner of the household. So I've had my checklists and spreadsheets and all that done and started since probably March when everything started, doing all my research. And yeah, so like we're now down to crunch time. We're like actually checking those boxes, and yeah. But I did want to share with you guys the 5 things that I learned in this whole moving process. It is hopefully something I keep in mind if I ever have to do this again, and I really hope I don't. Like, this was treacherous. Also, hopefully you're not moving in a pandemic and it will make your life easier. Number 1, moving doesn't start when you're like actually packing, getting ready to go. Moving starts at the staging. Like, we were getting ready to stage the house before selling, so pre-sales. And that meant literally packing up like 80% of our stuff. Like, anything that basically you didn't want to be seen at a show home or like an open house had to go, which was a lot. All those things that have been packed up since before the house even was on the market, like, I don't know, 2 months ago, are still packed away somewhere. The whole process starts way earlier than I thought it did. When you're moving into a house, like a first-time home, you don't run into this problem. It's when you're selling your home that's like, you have to get ready. There's so many things you have to do before we even get anywhere. We had to paint, which also life-changing. Like, we painted all of our walls white, atrium white, so it's a little off-white, and it's changed the whole house. But even those things, like, you had to paint, we had to clean, we had to declutter, we had to pack. all of these things took weeks before we even got the house on the market. You have a lot of work to do before you even start getting to where moving starts. So all of that to say though, you need to be organized from the jump. Label everything. We had a ton of sticky notes. We used painter's tape. We just wrote on the boxes. Be organized. Ideally, in an ideal world, we would have used a color coding system, but that just didn't happen. So what my hope was to say like, blue will be the bedroom and all the blue things in the blue boxes go there. Didn't happen. But you can still be organized without being that organized. Label all your stuff. And don't just label it like bedroom. We even went down to label like bedroom, Devaney's clothes. Because you're gonna have so much stuff in so many boxes. The other thing, if you have to go and rent a storage unit or like store your stuff in different areas, know where you're putting your stuff. Like where are our plates gonna be? We'll find it eventually, but in that process to make the unpacking stage better, just know your stuff, know what you're doing, know where you're putting things, label them, and kind of organize accordingly to save yourself the headache. We might have to do the things I've learned in the unpacking part of moving too. That might be a part 2 to this video. We'll see. Number 2, don't pack away things too early that you're still gonna use. So like I said, we started packing probably, I don't know, February, maybe March when, you know, we were getting the house on the market to sell. And those, in one way, that was just like, let's move things out of the way so people can come and see the house for that week or so, and then we can get back to normal. But on the flip side, we're also packing for things to say like, we gotta pack it anyway, so let's just do it now. There's a lot we can't find. There's a lot of things that you don't think you're gonna use all the time that you do. And then if you pack it too early, you're gonna be frustrated. Under normal circumstances, you could probably go out and buy a new one, but since everything is shut down, it's like, do I really need it? Because if I probably need it, I need it today, not in 3 days when Amazon can ship it to me. So some of the things that we packed too early that we didn't need to were like the coffee grinder. Yep. Certain spices. You know your kitchen. In our house, we have 3 adults and 1 child, and so I know what I use. Apparently, not everyone knows what I use. So when we were packing up, certain spices went missing for recipes that I was gonna make, or just certain things in the kitchen. It's usually always kitchen stuff. Like those are the stuff that you're gonna use. Surprisingly, I had like different things in the bathroom, different like hair products for this certain thing, and then now I don't have it, and yeah. And also don't know when I'm gonna find it when we unpack, because I don't exactly know where it is. Number 3, you don't have to buy boxes. Under normal circumstances, I might not have thought this, but once we're in a lockdown, it changed everything. So at first, when we first were doing our like decluttering and all that stuff and the staging part, we did have to go and buy a couple of boxes. Boxes are expensive. Who knew that you'd be paying like $6 for cardboard? You don't have to do that. So at first we did go to the store, we bought some boxes, we started. Then I started scoping out things like, you know, Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji and those kind of things to find boxes. And I did find a guy down the road who's been, I don't know what he's doing, but he has a ton of boxes all the time. But that gets expensive. Like from him, I'd buy like 30 boxes for $30. Evidently we needed more than that. But like $50 into the buying of the boxes, I realized this is like, we still have a whole house to still pack, and I'm wasting money on cardboard, because once you move, what do you do with it? So you don't have to get them. You can just go to places and ask. Here, some of the grocery stores still have boxes, which have been great. And in addition to them having boxes at the front of the store, so like when you're buying your groceries, you don't have to get a bag. Just ask someone who works there, can you save up some boxes for me? And I'll pick them up in a couple days. And then you've got like those really good, sturdy, we have banana boxes, and we also got boxes for apples. So they're not as big and like bulky as the banana boxes, but equally as sturdy and easier to carry. So just ask. Also, I recently found out that places like Tim Hortons and McDonald's will save boxes for you. So just call them up, say, hey, I'm moving, can I pick up some boxes in a week? They'll save them up for you. Just make sure you go and get them, because if you don't and they save those boxes for you, they're gonna hate you and never help you out. Save money where you can, because moving is expensive. Number 4, declutter as you go. Again, in my ideal time, like we would have went through every single drawer, every single item, looked through everything like Marie Kondo it and figure out what do we need, what don't we need. But that didn't happen. We just had to get things going quick and move along, especially in that staging part. And then now that we're going, just a lot is going on at all times, and it's not ideal. Also, another pandemic perk, anywhere you're gonna go to donate right now is closed. What I did, especially when I was doing my stuff and packing, declutter as I go along. If I'm putting it in a box and it's something that I haven't used, haven't worn, have a separate box to donate. If you're coming across stuff that's broken, throw it away as you're doing it. Because what is the point in taking all this stuff to your new house that you're not gonna need? Because one of two things is gonna happen. You're either gonna put it back somewhere and it's gonna go and live in your new house and you're still not gonna need it, or it's gonna be broken and garbage. Just do it now, why not? The other thing that we did when we were going through, you find a thing, hey, I don't need this. Kijiji, Facebook Marketplace, Poshmark, who cares? All of those things have been great. We find a thing, I don't want it, someone else will, put it up online. We've actually done great with that, just getting rid of stuff. And because it's all stuff that I had full intentions of donating anyway, list it low or list it higher, like $5 higher than you expected to get for it. And if someone just does a or best offer, there you go. Some things I even give away for free. And if you are lucky enough to sell it, you have extra money in your pocket to help you with all those other moving expenses. And number 5, the last tip I have, not everything is a DIY project. When we were doing just that initial staging part, there's so many things you can do yourself. You can paint yourself. You can declutter. You can pack. And on moving day, you can do the whole move start to finish. But that's a lot of stress. And if you don't have time to do it, you're just gonna stress yourself out unnecessarily. We had, give or take, a week to paint the whole house, and it just wasn't gonna happen with everyone's schedule. Hire a painter. It just makes an already stressful situation less stressful. We still have to live in our house, and getting around the boxes can get a little stressful. If you need a storage unit, get the storage unit. Just do what you need to do to make the move less stressful. And if that means paying someone else to do some things, so be it. I actually think that is the most important thing that I've learned, because there's so, like, obviously you could do, anything you want in life, but if you don't have the time, or you doing it is gonna take a lot longer and stress you out more, not worth it. Just get someone else to do it. And I recommend that to anyone. We haven't actually had the move, so I really can't recommend the movers we got yet, but this whole thing's already been treacherous. Like, I can't imagine doing moving day with just Sean and I moving boxes out of the moving van. No. Also, we had no choice. We had to get a mover because I have a piano and that's heavy. So anyways, those are just 5 of the things that I've learned in this moving process. Just stay organized, give yourself some grace, and don't get overwhelmed. Take breaks where needed, because if you don't, you're just gonna go bonkers with the whole thing, and you don't have time for that. Like, there's a deadline, you gotta go. It's really sad that this is the last one in the house. It's gonna be completely different. Like, I don't even know where at the new house we will be filming. Didn't figure that out yet at all, so we'll see. But it's been fun. I'm gonna miss my house. I hope the people who move in are gonna love it as much as we did and make awesome memories, but we're also gonna do the same at our new house. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. I hope these tips help you. Also, if you have any moving tips, let us all know in the comments, because like, someone's gonna benefit from this somewhere. Please hit that like and subscribe button. You can also follow me on Instagram. Get to see the behind the scenes of this craziness that's our life. And I will see you in the next video in our new house.